Hang tight.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Hello, welcome everyone.
Oh my God,
Please
there's so many
only
faces.
unmute yourselves when I call your name.
Hello.
Only
Oh my
one
God,
question at a
kid.
time.
Hi.
Charlotte, take it away.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Charlotte from Sky Talkers. We loved the show so much, and we were wondering, how are you each alike and different from your characters?
I am. So Neil's kind of more of a scared person. I would say I'm definitely more brave. I love to do a lot more stuff than him. I bungee jump. I like. Yeah. And I think I'm planning. I think once I'm 18, I want to skydive, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I found so many familiar things between me and my character, and it was a lot of fun. I love his adventurous side. I would say I'm a little bit adventurous. I love doing all this fun stuff. I feel like he is kind of having a really hard time, and I feel for him. But I would say that
But you're just living
I'm
on
happy
cloud
most of the
nine.
time. I would say I'm happy-go-lucky most of the time. No, but I loved finding familiar things between me and my character and implementing some of my qualities into my character.
You know, like, I think at the time and, like, the age that we shot Skeleton Crew, we were all, like, 12 to 13. And with our characters, we all kind of were in this transitionary period where we're not a kid anymore and we're not a teenager and we're trying to figure out who we are. And I felt like at the same time when I was filming Fern, I was going through the same thing as her and kind of growing up with her in that sense.
Yeah, I feel like me and my character were pretty similar because Chris Ford and John Watts, they gave me the creative freedom to kind of create the character, and I used things outside, like other things, but I also used like some of myself, and I put myself into that character. But I have to say, like, she's very straightforward, and she just most of the time she just says exactly what she's thinking and how we need to get home, and she doesn't joke around as much as I do in real life, so I do like joking around and laughing.
That's fair. Fair enough.
Keith?
Hi, this is Keith and Kerwin of Father Son Galaxy.
Hey.
Hi.
The concept of Skeleton Crew is based on Amblin films of the 1980s. Were you asked to watch any of the films, and if so, which ones did you see?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. We all together watched E.T. and Goonies, and we also, I think we all did probably do a little movie marathon on our own.
Yeah, I watched Back to the Future, and that was one of the first days we met, but yeah, we watched it all together.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun watching those in preparation, and I had already watched them before Skeleton Crew, and it was a lot of fun playing into those homages to the 80s Amblin Goonies E.T. style that is shown in Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, they were some of my favorite movies, like, my entire life. I've loved E.T., loved Goonies, and I love Stand By Me. And we watched Goonies, E.T. together, which was really fun production, set up this little space that we got to a little movie area, and we watched it all together.
In our schoolroom.
In our schoolroom.
Yeah. With the little bean bags.
Yeah,
and
we had bean
popcorn and
bags.
chips.
Bean bags.
Yeah. We had our masks on, but it was fun.
A question: Is that a kid behind you? A child?
That's quite the question.
Yes, this is my son.
Hello.
Hey.
Wait, do you have a question
He's
for us?
about your age.
He needs to ask us a question. All right. He needs to be our interviewer. Ask us a question.
Ask us a question.
Okay.
I agree.
Fine.
Next is John.
You mean right now?
Maybe the next question. Maybe the next go around.
Yep.
John?
First of all, congratulations to the four of you. The show is fantastic. I have kids. They're going to absolutely love it. So thank you for telling a story from the point of view of children.
Of course.
My question, so George Lucas always said he made Star Wars for kids, 12-year-olds, the age you were when you made this. And he said one of the most important things to focus on is friendship. So I wanted to ask each of you, without giving away spoilers, of course, don't want to get you guys in trouble or anything like that, what would you say makes your character a good friend?
I think he's loyal. I think he is kind, and I think he's just there for you when you're at your lowest point, which I really dig about Neil.
To me, Wim may seem or not to me, but Wim may seem sometimes like he's taking a lot of risks and putting his friends in jeopardy sometimes, but really, it's really just a cry for attention. I feel like his dad isn't around much, and he doesn't have a mom, so he's going through a lot, and it's so thanks, man, and it's so intense, and the circumstances are so, it's really high stakes, and but I do think what I love about Wim is that he really genuinely he cares about his friends and family and the people he loves, and he really, really just wants everybody safe and everybody to have a good time, and safety is his main priority for the people he loves.
Yeah, I think Fern has some real leadership instincts, and she's like a natural fighter. And instinctually, I guess she kind of takes this position of being the leader of this group, and taking the initiative. Yeah, that's Fern.
Fair enough.
I think what makes my character a good friend is that, she's very resourceful and thoughtful, and I feel like you can kind of rely on her in times of danger. She'll figure it out and get it done, which I love about her. And she also tries her best to be a good friend to everyone.
The girls do get it done.
Thanks.
Alex?
Okay then. Okay then.
Hi all, my name is Alex from Star Wars Explained.
Hey.
So Star Wars is very much a generational thing. People grow up with the original trilogies or the prequels or the sequels. So I'm very curious, how did all of you find Star Wars? What was your introduction to the franchise?
Yeah, my initial introduction was through my dad. He's probably one of the biggest Star Wars fanatics you will ever meet, and he showed me A New Hope, and I think he watched A New Hope in theaters with his brother when he was little. So it's so fun that the legacy gets passed down like this through generations, and Star Wars really is timeless, and that's what I find so much fun about it, and that's what I found so much fun about A New Hope. And what really stood out to me was Luke Skywalker. I loved watching him run around with a lightsaber, and Mark Hamill's performance is so iconic. And Star Wars has been a pretty big part of my life.
Yeah, I was also introduced to Star Wars by my dad, but I also shared it with my brothers and my mom, and we all got to watch it together, A New Hope. But we also watched all the other movies together. I was pretty young. I was 5 years old, but I remember it all because it's amazing. Star Wars is so cool, and I love Princess Leia. I dressed up her for Halloween with the sheet and the space buns, of course. And I love Star Wars, and it's always been something really close to me.
Yeah, I've been a Star Wars fan for as long as I can remember. Like they said, it's something I shared with my dad, and he saw it in theaters and kind of grew up with it. So I think especially for him, me being a part of this and coming to set is big for both of us. And it's been such an honor, and I've always been a fan. I've had lightsaber fights with my brother. I think I also dressed up as Leo. It's such a great franchise and so iconic, and an honor to be a part of.
Yeah, I was introduced to Star Wars by my dad. And it was A New Hope, and I just remember even before that, I would see the weapons, the lightsabers, the blasters, awesome. All the characters too, Darth, Luke.
Which Darth?
Darth Jar Jar. Anyway, and I just remember he showed me A New Hope, and I just remember falling in love with it. I thought it was an amazing story, and I just remember going on to see the originals and just being like, wow, these are really good. And yeah, I loved them.
Caitlin?
Hi guys, I'm Caitlin, also from Sky Talkers. It's so great to talk to you all today. The show is so great. So all of the sets and details on the show look absolutely incredible. Was there anything you wanted to take home with you?
Everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was all so cool, and so many of the sets were practical. So it really was you could take anything home. You could pick a piece of the wall off and take it home. But I would have loved to take home there may have been some credits involved. would have been fun to take home some of those, I may or may not have gotten to take home my wardrobe, but
Yes, I got one set of Fern's jacket, and I was really excited. But other than that, maybe her speeder bike. I feel like that would be really neat.
Can I say I would like to take home the ship?
Yeah, that's real.
I would take home the ship, but for costume, I would really love to take home like my Oggs and my visor. I feel like that'd be so fun to just walk around with that. And
I wish they let
for Halloween.
that would be so scary, like running into KB. Sorry.
I wish that they would let it, I wish that they let us have like a little sleepover in the ship. That would be really fun. But
Star Wars sleepover with the kids of Skeleton Crew.
And we like binge the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh my
That'd be
gosh.
so
no,
fun.
but if I could take home one thing, but I almost wouldn't want to, but at the same time I would. So for my suit, I also get to have like my latex like gloves that are like my hands in the show, and they were kind of disgusting because like they would have to spray my hand with water, they'd have to spray the glove with like a lot of water, and they'd be really like wet, and I'd get in there, but that sounded a little strange, but that's how it would happen.
That's kind of crazy.
If I could, I just kind of wish I could take like a pair of my gloves home.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kerwin?
It's slightly crazy.
Okay, so you know how you told me that I should ask the question?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask the question.
Here we go.
Yeah. So you guys all have great chemistry. What did you enjoy most about working on a Star Wars project?
Can I start?
Yeah.
I think what I enjoyed most was just seeing some of the creatures around. Like I saw a Jawa and I almost pooped myself because I was like, that is so cool. Like literally, I almost flipped out, man. I did flip out. I was like, oh my god, Houdini! And then I was just like, wow, that is awesome. But I did remember seeing all the other like creatures and being like, whoa, that dude's creepy. And then I would always check up on them too. I was like, hey, how are you doing? You hot? And I was like, and they were like, yeah, I'm pretty hot. And I was like, I am too, metaphorically and literally. Sorry. Anyway,
That was
and I just remember that was just kind of like the coolest thing about doing that was just seeing some of the creatures and just seeing how big they were.
I loved. Sorry. That was a great answer, Robbie.
You're welcome.
I loved playing a character from Star Wars. I thought that was really fun. I've never done anything. I've never played a Star Wars character before, so of course it was really fun to go deep dive into my character and find familiar things between me and my character. And I love seeing all these. There are so many unique sets. The practicality of them were so awesome. The props were awesome too. We got some really awesome props, like the speeder bike, and like you mentioned, and yeah, it was all really cool. The sets, oh my gosh, sets are amazing.
I have many favorite parts about working on Star Wars, but I think one highlight was that I was on set one day and I saw this giant man walking around, and his face looked very familiar, and I was fangirling because I was like, who is this? I've seen him in a previous series I've seen, and I realized he's one of my favorite characters from one of my favorite shows, and I took a photo with him on our little secret phone, and
Yeah, we had these phones
Yeah.
which we could take pictures of. I hope they send us the photos.
yeah, I took
weren't
a
able to
selfie with him. Sorry.
We weren't able to take photos on set because obviously it's very comfortable.
Confidential. I'm not trying to get sued here, guys.
Oh, really? I thought you were.
There were so many cool parts. I think the sets were amazing, and especially the volume was so cool.
Yeah.
It would move with you, the world around you. You would be immersed. In
Yeah, I'd be
this
lying if
universe.
me
So
and Robbie
immersive.
didn't just run into it one time.
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
Run
we
into the
both
volume
did.
one time. It
Yeah.
was so realistic. We both were running towards it. We stepped off the edge of the stage and almost walked right into it.
We're both kind of dumbos. You gotta kind of realize that about us, you know?
Speak for yourself. I'm just kidding.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. That concludes today's roundtable.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.